legal immigrants, now officially a sanctuary state, joining Colorado, Illinois, New Mexico, Oregon, and Vermont. This as prank signs popping up all over the region. Look at this one on a California highway. It says, quote, "Felons, illegals, and MS-13, welcome. Democrats need the votes." Joining me now, Kelsey Harkness with the Daily Signal. It's a prank, Kelsey. By the way, it's great to see you, but it's striking a chord on social media. What's your reaction to that?
Well, thank you, Liz, for having me. This policy is in direct violation of federal law, and the Trump administration can and should respond to it. It's sad that these signs are a joke, but their message is actually very accurate, that if you are an illegal alien who has committed a crime, if you're a member of a gang who has committed rape, very serious crimes, rapes, murders, then you're welcome here. And I think that's the reason why these pictures are resonating and are all over social media today. It's sad, but these sanctuary policies that California has now adopted for the entire state are exactly what led to the death of Kate Steinle.
You know, Kelsey, we're tracking another story here. Juxtapose that with this story. Reports coming in that half a dozen dead bodies were found hanging from bridges around the Mexican state of Baja California Sur, basically south of California, rather. The banners were calling out Narco Montes, reading in part, quote, "This is what will happen to anyone who does not fall into line with us. It has been made more clear that we hold all the power and that Baja North and South are ours." I mean, this is a really gruesome display. It underscores the drug and gang problems just south of the border, right?
This is very serious, and I've actually had the opportunity to visit the U.S.-Mexico border in California, and you realize how serious of jobs that Border Patrol agents have and how they really are putting their lives on the line to defend our border. And people might think it's the altruistic thing to do to go out and support these sanctuary policies, but the reality is the criminal organizations that are smuggling drugs and illegal immigrants across the border do not care about the well-being of those illegal immigrants. They care about lining their pockets with money so that they can go back to Mexico and continue running their gangs and committing these really horrific crimes that you just described.
And Kelsey, here's another story in California. People there for the first time can now enjoy legal recreational marijuana. The new law going into effect at midnight on New Year's Eve. Legalized drugs expected to become a $3.7 billion business in the state of California, possibly bringing in $1 billion in tax revenues annually. What are your thoughts there?
Well, once again, California is in direct violation of a federal law. Marijuana is still federally illegal, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not the Trump administration responds to this. But we've seen the experiment in Colorado, what has happened when they legalized marijuana. And the reality is it might be okay for adults to do what they want to do in their own free time if it's illegal. But in California, more kids and teenagers are using marijuana. There's an increase, a 32% increase in teenagers who were expelled and suspended from school because of marijuana use, and the number of traffic fatalities involving persons who were driving who tested positive for marijuana doubled. And so this is very serious, and I think we need to look at the repercussions of legalizing marijuana so broadly in a state like California before enacting these policies so quickly.
You know, CNN is now getting criticized, Kelsey, celebrating New Year's Eve, putting one of its own reporters on the, quote, Canna bus in Denver, Colorado. Randy Kay can be seen wearing pot leaf earrings, where she then proceeds to help another passenger with a gas mask bong. What's your reaction to that?
When I saw this clip from CNN, I was pretty much stunned. On New Year's Eve, there are millions of children tuning in to watch the ball drop. And CNN basically goes on and puts on a commercial for marijuana using some sort of gas mask with a bong attached, making it seem like using marijuana is the cool thing to do. Well, for any kids watching right now, marijuana is not a cool thing to do, particularly in your teenage years, when Harvard studies have proven a direct link between your brain development being impaired if you use marijuana at that young age.